Namaste and welcome. Today it is my pleasure to present a very wonderful team who are all my dear friends as well and very well-known members of the Indian American community in Boston. This is Team Hindi Manch. This has with us, we have Preetesh Shrivastav, who founded Hindi Manch, along with his wonderful teammates, Ajay Singh and Rahul Joshi. Welcome to Lokwani. Namaste.
Namaskar, Ranjani. Thank you so much for having us.
Wonderful. And I hear Preetesh, Ajay, and Rahul that we are really in for a treat on September 9 and 10, where Hindi Manch is presenting a grand play called Begani Shaadi Mein. So, Preetesh, could you tell us about this wonderful event? Where is it? Why should people come to it?
Oh, that's a absolutely fantastic question, Ranjani, and thank you so much for having us here. Really, really always nice to talk to you. And Lokwani has been helping us since the beginning of Hindi Manch. It's 15th year of Hindi Manch, and right from the very first year, you're always there, and it is always there. Thank you so much for Lokwani for doing what you do for our community. We really mean it. Uh, Now, about the play, of course, September 9th and 10th, as you said, it's a comedy play, it's a theater, and we are creating a Broadway style gala production actually this time. Um, uh, you will feel that you are actually joining a wedding when you come to this event. Of course, Ajay will also add some of the things here. Because we created stage, we created, we are changing stage in a Broadway style that people are coming and dancing. There are dances, as you know, that we have composed our own song, Begani Shaadi Mein. It is on Spotify. If you go to your car and if you say play Begani Shaadi Mein, your car will play that song for us, for you. We have created a musical video also, which we are releasing soon. Um, very small few things I'll say actually that will give you how we are give you an idea how we are putting effort to each and every detail.
So
So when you walk
basically,
in,
I want to say that what I understand, it is a Broadway style musical drama.
it is not a musical because in musical you hear music or songs a lot.
Right.
It does have songs and dances and stuff, but mainly you are in treat for pure laughter and comedy actually for most of the time.
Perfect.
Okay,
Perfect.
शादी में जो जीजा फूफा अपनी traditional challenges and all, and then this mystery going on and all those things are there.
So
You are
September
walking in.
9th and 10th, what time is the event and where is it?
Ajay, you want to take that one?
Yeah, sure. So September 9th and 10th, this is at Keefe Tech in Framingham. And on September 9th, which is Saturday, it starts, doors open at 5 p.m. Everybody will be treated to, as Preetesh said, a very wedding-like environment with vendors, with different booths. There's going to be a palm booth. There's going to be a typical Estriwala booth and a lot of fun things to actually come and experience there. The doors open at 5 p.m. on Saturday and 4 p.m. on Sunday, both at Keefe Tech in Framingham.
Fantastic. And Ajay ji, tell me more. I mean, you're saying Shaadi Wala Mahal. So how is the sets going to be? What are we in for? And how did you put it all together? I can't imagine doing, music and dance and probably Shaadi hai, to are the scenes changing? Is the backdrop changing? Love to know more about the grandeur of the production.
So all of the above is actually true. Everything started with the seed that Preetesh sowed in all of us. And slowly the team started working, coming up with ideas. How can we actually take it to the next level? Because again, as Preetesh was mentioning, we were looking to do a Broadway kind of style or bring Broadway experience to Hindi theater here. We've been doing Hindi theater. Hindi Manch has been doing Hindi theater for the past 14, 15 years now. So this time wanted to do something different. And again, keeping true to Hindi Manch's core mission, which is to keep language and culture alive. So we try to involve and engage as many people as possible from the community. So we are always looking for light-hearted plays where we can involve more and more people as part of those plays. And as they say, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. When we can't find a script which allows us to do that, Pritesh was like, "Hell, I'll write one." So he went ahead after Mirchi Kola, after taking hiatus for about 6 to 8 years. He said, "You know what? I'll write another one, which allows us to involve a lot of people here and give a light-hearted comedy play to the public." So that's exactly what he did. As far as the grandness is concerned, yes, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. There's lights, there's camera, I'm sorry, there's lights, there's stage sets, there's sound. A lot of so we have a dance team that's going to come in real time, change the whole scenario, convert that into a club scene where, without giving too much away, there's going to be dances incorporated within it. It's not really musical because the story is not being narrated through songs, but yeah, dances and songs have been incorporated to give a true masala Bollywood kind of feel, along with a light-hearted comedy play.
Wow, really look forward to that. And Rahulji, so this is very interesting to see that you have involved like so many members of the community, and not everybody has probably experience with theater. So first of all, how many people are involved, and what kind of training did you do to make this come together?
Right. I mean, obviously, this is a Broadway style, light-hearted drama. So it has dances, it has music. So literally hundreds of people are involved. I mean, there are 17 cast members, and we have two casts, right? Which is a signature style of Broadway style to perform into different styles to different set of casts. So we have two set of cast, 17 each. And then we have that many dancers, we have choreographers, we have musicians who have pre-recorded all these songs. They were all conceptualized here locally. Preetesh wrote some songs. Preetesh has also sung in some of the music himself, along with obviously other singers and musicians. And then we have a phenomenal sort of crew, if you will, that because in order to put together such a massive production, it takes a village, and the crew is working tirelessly to get as grand a set, not only on the stage but also outside, to get you a complete 4D immersive experience of a typical Indian wedding, what it is. Many people may have forgotten about it, and we want to remind them what fun it is.
Right. And an American Indian wedding is maybe different from an Indian wedding, and I'm so glad to hear that you're bringing out all the fun of the Indian wedding there. And so, Preetesh, it always amazes me that I think actually it is not amazing. It's probably in the Indian tradition that you write plays not just to showcase your talent as a playwright, but for a purpose. And I think if I look at Valmiki Ramayanam, Valmiki starts with that, right? Why should I write the Ramayanam? And everybody in the Indian Natya Shastra tradition has done that. So I wanted to ask you, what was your motivation to write this play? And, how do you do that? I mean, I know Mirchi Kola, I saw what a fan I was, that you are able to just say, okay, purpose, and then based on that, I will write something. First of all, what is the purpose that you hope to achieve through these plays? And tell us a little bit about how Begani Shaadi accomplishes that mission.
Sure, Ranjini. So thank you. You like Mirchi Kola. I know that we did many shows of that play. So again, it goes back to like all Hindi Manch original purpose, right? To connect people through this language and ultimately to connect them to our culture. Right. So the idea is to write those plays which are not very complicated, right? So that because we really want to be inclusive, right? From the beginning of Hindi Manch, we always said that Hindi Manch is not only for Hindi Pandits. It is actually Hindustani, where people, even if they don't know Hindi well, our country is like, so many beautiful dialects of Hindi. Hyderabad Hindi is different, Kerala Hindi is different, Bengali Hindi is different, and our idea is to bring everyone together. So that's why like the plays are not in a very complicated language, right? It's a very Hindustani, bol chal ki bhasha, right? It has to be funny, etc. So that was the thought when I wrote Mirchi Kola. Now this one also, what happened, I wrote it during actually COVID time, and we all and I always had this thing in my mind that when we kind of come back, to the normal life and all, I really wanted a gala, happy family, people bringing close back again together kind of feeling, right? So of course it's a bigger play, larger play with a larger cast, but the idea is definitely to how to have people who probably have never acted or probably do not know Hindi that well, maybe a little hesitant, maybe a little shy in front of on stage speaking in Hindi in front of everyone, but how to create those characters that they just fit into that, they'll feel comfortable, pick it very easily and perform. So that is kind of one of the thing that I always have in mind when and of course humor is very important, Ranjini, in such things. People kind of enjoy that. Another thing I always keep in mind that I don't want to write plays where I like so many scenes are changing. I want to keep it like simple so that, if required, this play can happen on one set with one light, if
Wow.
required. So, Garibon ka play hai, non-profit organization. So do not want to, so that keep that also. If you remember, Mirchi Kola also is one scene play. It's just one scene play. And the Begani Shaadi also kind of one scene play. Of course, we are bringing actually this Broadway style thing because people got really excited, saw the script, and we got created opportunity to many people to do a lot of different things. Just to give an example, that 3 minute nightclub scene, people have worked and built a real bar, the complete bar that we are bringing on stage on wheels. Now that gives people opportunity to work with each other, talk to each other. Outdoor scenes, like when we say pan is there, you will have a pan ki complete dukan that you see in India. And yesterday we built actually 7 people work together. So these small things give opportunity to people to work together and feel like a part of it. Yes.
And show their creativity. I mean, I'm always amazed to see the talent in the community, and I can see that you have picked so many, the choreographers, the musicians, the directors. Seen, I know your backdrop, or people who make the sets are incredibly talented, and I know that listening to you, I think you have certainly picked the great talents, and also had people who may be novices to get involved. And I think these novices, once they have been with Hindi Manch for some time, become experts a little bit later. And I think, so Preetesh, have you seen that? Like, I know that you've been doing these plays for almost 15 years now. And first of all, kudos to you to think about so many different things while writing a play instead of saying, hey, let me just write a play and then, go about that. So thank you for that. And in these 15 years, what impact have you seen of these plays that you have done throughout your time at Hindi Manch?
So I think two things I can directly tell you. It's kind of many people who have not read the language since long time. I can talk 10 different things, but I can immediately think of two that many people started reading Hindi because they don't have any choice. If they need to do Hindi plays, they need to read Hindi, right? Some of them still would go and try to write that English style Hindi, but that's fine. But ultimately they start reading Hindi. And because they were doing plays, whether Mirchi Kola, Begani Shaadi mein, or a historic play or something else, they will pick up Sipahi Ki Maa. Many plays you have watched actually for Hindi Manch. The next generation started getting interested in our Hindi theater and our culture. And that's, I think it's a great achievement, because I always say Hindi Manch is about next generation, but it is also about us, which is generation who came here, and somehow we have that love for our culture in our heart, but we have to make sure that it comes out and people can see that how proud we are of our culture. And until unless we get involved in these things, it's very difficult for next generation to really experience that. We can keep on telling that, hey, learn this language, learn this culture, but unless we are taking them to these plays, unless we are doing plays ourselves, I can tell you, Hindi Manch, probably there are more than 200 plus actors who came on Hindi Manch, theater. You are one of them. Of course, you have been doing since many, many years, but I still remember your fantastic performance with you and NLG. And, but I've seen in these 200 families, the next generation kids, they know a lot about Hindi plays. They know a lot about Hindi culture. They know a lot about how beautifully we have written. So we also have a rich literature and culture. And this is one of the great ways actually to take it to next generation. So not only many of us started getting back to our roots and our language and culture, next generation are also coming. So I think this is one of the biggest achievement I'd see through what we are doing through plays.
Fantastic. And Preetesh, how did you learn to write? I mean, is it just like you just got it naturally, or like have you been trained in any way to write and do plays and things like that?
I'm very fortunate that there are good writers in my family, whether it's poets and also probably it's since childhood. My father writes well, since childhood I have that. And then comedy is something is I really love. I do stand-up
Yes.
comedy shows and also I think one plus one together. That's how actually it happened. So no formal training, but I think Mirchi Kola I wrote and somehow people liked it. So I thought, maybe I can write, maybe I have something I need to kind of still explore and polish it and brush it and stuff, but that's all.
That's fantastic. And Ajay, I remember you running actually a little theater workshop for us at one of the Hindi Manch events. So are you also trained as a director? And how easy is it to take a novice and then, move them into production?
Actually, the thing is, my journey with theater has been very interesting. As a child, I performed in school, college. I was always drawn to it, but never really formally took it up. Came here, started missing away from our own culture, away from like-minded people. So started missing a stage where I can get together and we can use our creative energies in a better way. So came in contact with Hindi Manch. And since then, one of the great things that happened with Hindi Manch, Sri Mohan Dariji, he was the one that actually imbibed the theater culture here at Hindi Manch. And under his guidance, a lot of people, and again, I was a novice when I came to Hindi Manch. I knew a few things, but not really no formal experience in theater. But being with Mohanji, working with him closely, observing him, assisting him wherever I got the opportunity, I think there was a lot that I could learn from that. And I'm so glad that the legacy that Mohanji left, we are somehow between the ones that are still here are able to carry that torch forward.
Right.
So
and Mohan Daliji actually is a professional, director from the Bollywood space. Am I right? I mean, he has had the honor of directing people like Rajesh Khanna and others, and then we were very blessed to have him in the Boston area. Unfortunately, he's not with us anymore. But so wonderful that you had the opportunity to train under him and move this forward. And real, what a tribute to him that you're all able to keep this up. So Rahulji, what has been the greatest moment of doing this fantastic direction, and what has been a challenge that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I think both questions can be answered with one single answer. I think we started working with many new people, primarily because of their love and excitement and enthusiasm for the language and for the culture and for the organization that is doing such a phenomenal job. But obviously they did not have any theatrical training or bearing, and that does create a lot of challenge, especially when you have experienced people. Your rehearsals are extremely efficient and you achieve a lot in probably about like a month or two. For this crew, we have been practicing for over 4.5 months and still learning a lot of those things. So that was definitely a challenge. But what I feel really proud and privileged to witness their journey, that somebody who has not set foot on the stage sort of ever before, and now that person is very comfortable delivering their own lines with poise and sometimes even helping their other junior co-worker to do their best. I think that transformation, that journey that I have witnessed for last 5 months is really the reward, I would say.
Fantastic. Actually, what I'm always amazed by Hindi Manch production is when we come and watch them, nobody will know that these are amateur artists. I mean, the amount of perfection and attention to detail that you all put into it. You watch the play and, I have very high expectations now. In the beginning, I was like, oh, this is an amateur production. And no, I don't think you ever treat it as such. So now, Preetesh, now there's more to this, right? You have written a song. Could you tell us all the other things that we need to know about Begani Shaadi here?
So again, it is every day, Ranjini, there are new ideas. Trust me. Okay. Yesterday, someone said, let's introduce a Vidushak. So I think what is happening, the play is one part of the show. And of course, I would definitely request, I think me and Ajay Rahul can say some of the lines of the play and you started laughing right away. Actually, I'm telling you, it's just pure comedy. Right from the minute one, when you see the Mr. and Mrs. Mathur come on the stage, and that comedy to last minute, it's just laughing. So that's first of all, it's itself is a great reason to come, because everybody can use some laugh, right? But in addition to that, what happened when we started working on this, everybody started getting into Shaadi mood, because the play is about wedding, and the whole comedy is happening around wedding. We all been to Indian wedding. We are all married actually, so we know certain things I think if you ask Ranjanji, every Indian probably would have at least few incidences that they can talk about their own wedding, which are very funny.
Yeah.
Right. So I think everybody got into that mood, and everybody started building this project as a wedding. As much as we have our wedding card, I wish I could show you. I need to walk over there, but I don't know if you received. Actually, we have sent
I did.
invitation. Actually, why don't I do that just in a second?
Yeah,
This
no,
is then,
actually, I was okay. He's gonna
see,
come
this is
right
the card that we created, and it's sent to people's house. So I'm just giving you, even from the beginning, how to do publicity. People said, "Hey, why don't we send the cards to people?" It's Jana Madan, I'm sure you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then one after other, right? Outside, so in the there is a concept called Janvasa. So when Bharat starts from a place, and that place called Janvasa. So that's where people get even that press wala, so there we have a live press wala actually at the venue when you're walking in. We have a Jyotishi that is reading your hand. You go inside one after other, you will see that you are actually getting into real wedding. And apart from that, again, we have our music. We created our own songs. Lyrics was there, and we composed our own music. And the idea was to keep giving more and more people opportunities to work together, be creative, and composing that song is definitely, that is another journey. A lot of people got involved, ideas. It's the first time we are doing it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I think the song is nice. People are liking it, and the lyrics are also around that, play around the comedy. इसका जेठ है उसका ताऊ, दूल्हे का साला दुल्हन का भाऊ, रिश्तों की ट्यूशन लगवा दो, कब तक अपना भेजा लगाओ. Because what happens that we get confused, right? So it's just
That's so beautiful. So maybe we will conclude maybe with one line from each of you. How about that? Who is going to go first? Rahul,
Ajay,
you
why don't you?
or
Yeah.
Ajay?
Yeah. I
Go
will,
ahead,
I will
Rahul.
say something that obviously, this is sort of a once in a lifetime opportunity, both to do something like this and to witness something like this. So I definitely do request all your patrons who are watching this interview to definitely come. There are two shows available. If Saturday does not work for you, then Sunday. Definitely do come and don't miss this opportunity, because we may not be doing something like that very soon.
You don't know, I'm sure. With the success, I think there'll be many encore production. So Ajay, please share a line from the play. I need to hear one. Is that comes to your mind?
Line from the play.
Yeah.
Putting
Should I
me on
go
the
to
spot.
Preetesh on that one?
Yeah, why don't we do that?
And then I'll give you the last word, Ajay. So Preetesh,
Sounds
what
good.
is two lines from the play that we could take away?
My God, I'll tell you actually one funny one, which is little, this Buaji is like, she's like इतने भर का लड़का और इतनी लंबी जवान, नंगा घूमा करता था हमारे सामने. सो दैट लड़का से, अरे बुआ जी, तो उसी टाइम कपड़े पहना देने चाहिए थे ना. जिंदगी भर नंगा घूमा करता है, नंगा घूमा करना है, बोलने से तो बच जाता.
Beautiful. And this is just one little peek into the world. And I know from Mirchi Kola, I remember we were laughing at every line. It wasn't just, you were waiting for the joke. So I can see, Preetesh, that this is going to be amazing. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Ajay, for the last word here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've had a lot of fun. It's been a lot of sleepless nights, but it's been a labor of love for all of us here. And as Rahul said, that who knows when the next time we'll get a chance to put forth a magnanimous production like this. So, folks that are out there, don't miss this. Come watch us. I'm sure we'll try our best to put a great show for you, and hope you guys have a great time.
Mangalam Shivam, look forward to that. So September 9th and 10th. 5 o'clock on September 9th, and on 10th it is or the other way around. I'm sorry. It's 6 o'clock on September 9th, right?
No. You were right. September 9th, it is 5 o'clock, and September 10th, it is 4 o'clock. Saturday, it is 5 o'clock. Sunday, it is 4 o'clock.
And Keefe Technical High School in Framingham, very close to the temple, I know. So it's a beautiful location. So
right. And you can find the tickets on our website, actually, www.hindimanch.org. And
I'll put that QR code right on the video so that people can
fantastic.
automatically go to it and take a look at it. So exciting times. I know it's probably stressful for all of you right now. As a performer, I know that the last week is really, really crazy. And Labor Day, it's going to be labor of love for all of you. So my very best wishes to you. And I'm excited to come and be part of the play. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Ranjani.
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.